The following presentation is a part of the National Heavy Boxing League's 10th season, celebrating 10 years of the premier level of heavy boxing in the Team Fortress 2 community, and a final send-off as the NHBL closes after its 10th season.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the European Finals. I'm DB Baxter, connecting in with Too Much Ping to Count. I'm here with my good friend Cobalt and NATO. We're very happy to bring to you another exciting bouts of wild card fighting in the European Finals. Tonight, we're going to finish up the wild cards. We've got some great matches here lined up for you. Lots of proven fighters, lots of new guys looking to make their name in the NHBL. Lots of veterans looking to add another championship to their fine collection. Lots of veterans, a lot of people who have already fought in all the regular NHBL stuff. A lot of fresh people over here from European lands looking to make their names in the NHBL. And now we're going to give a little bit of pre-match commentary before we get into the actual fighting with my good friends here, Cobalt and NATO. All right, Cobalt, let's talk to you first. First thing first I want to talk about is ping. We all know what it is. It's a dreadful little thing to have. Messes with your fights a whole lot, and I think we're going to see a lot of it here tonight because this is over in the European side of things, and we got people connecting all over the world. We've got the Portuguese here. We got people representing the Netherlands. We got people representing Canada, France, and of course the good old US of A, of whom I will be rooting for. Go US! Woo hoo 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 hoo. So with all that in mind, how do you think these fighters are going to have to prepare for the ping here tonight? As obvious, I think we've got a lot of people here currently in the hundreds, one person here in the 300s. What do you think they're going to have to do here tonight to do? What do you think they're going to have to do to compensate for the ping?
Well, first off, if anyone knows ping in the EU better, it'd be me, as I'm quite literally possibly the farthest you can get from the EU, being from Vancouver Island. So trust me, I know ping bad like anyone else here. You know as well, Baxter, that I can recount plenty of times where you and me have crashed mid-commentary because of our ping. So, a good person to talk to about ping. Ping really affects combat sometimes when you're throwing fists, and the fists don't register because the server has to take the whole 5 minutes to load how far you hit and all that. And yeah, Clayface has ping over 300, so we really need to shed some tears for Clayface tonight. But yeah, ping can be really irritating, and sometimes it'll benefit you, sometimes it won't. High ping really can help you hit shots that you shouldn't have. At the same time, it can feel infuriating as you feel like you're not able to hit anything. So it's really kind of a mixed bag, I'd say. However, stable ping gives you more consistent fight, but being in the EU, I think anyone from America or Canada is probably going to feel the pain here. A home turf advantage, to say the least.
Indeed. I'm lagging out up here right now. I don't even know if I want to be able to.
I was going to say, you all right there?
Yeah, I'm just jittering all around up here. This is why you don't put Americans in the European servers. It's crazy, man. Tell you what. But anyways, since I'm required to be here, we'll get right on with it. NATO, I'm going to talk to you real quick. I want to talk a little bit about motivation because motivation is the key that drives us all and all that good stuff. We've got a lot of people here with different motivations. We got we got some proven NHBL fighters. We got the Magic Marksman who who hasn't fought in a long time. His last fight came against Spaten a year ago in the interpromotional matches with the NHBL and Swap Shop, I believe it was, and that match did end up winning Match of the Year. Very, very good stuff there from the Magic Marksman. We got Viking 34, who won the Backyard Brawl earlier this year, becoming the first European to ever win an NHBL tournament. Kudos to that man. We've also got Highness Nisoroy, who has competed in NHBL tournaments before. I think he was in the finals last year. And all those veterans there looking to add some stuff to their collection, more trophies, more wins, more legendary goodness, yada yada yada. We've also got some new fighters here in the form of Randy Orton, Spogo, Professor Sandwich, all those good folks. Also Jokelin. A lot of those guys never been here in a fight before, looking ready to add their names throw their names into the hat, get themselves some credibility. Who do you think's more motivated coming into this fight, the rookies or the proven veterans?
I feel like even with the rookies and veterans, again, the ping has something to do with it. The ping's going to be a huge motivation problem. If you have a very high ping, it's going to be more of a risk. You're going to have to predict moves more, and motivation's not going to be much on your side. But so I feel like some of the newer players coming in here might be more motivated to fully try to show themselves off and show that they're capable of being inside this league, and they're able to take on more skilled opponents or more experienced opponents. So.
Indeed, indeed. We will see what happens here tonight. We'll see whose motivation, whose ping proves the most effective here tonight, as Snake tries to figure out where Amsterdam is in the chat. That poor son of a gun. We're getting the practice rounds underway for FOG Solid Snake Marksman. They will be competing in the first rounds here, the first match here tonight. Both men looking to advance into the next round and come one step closer to winning it all. Cobalt, let's talk to you a little real quick as we get these men underway. The Magic Marksman here, a man who is no stranger to the NHBL. He's only had one fight over here thus far, which was against Spot, in which he won in a 5-4 round. Again, one match of the year. But that match was over a year ago. We haven't seen Magic Marksman in the ring ever since. Are you a little worried about ring rust coming into effect here for our good friend, the Magic Marksman?
Well, I wouldn't say ring rust. It depends really on if he's trained in that time. If he has, you ever watched Rocky, you know, the good old montages, Rocky stays in shape because he trains the entire time, as as long as he does train, I assume he wouldn't experience ring rust. I think he'd be able to do fine with as my brain has an aneurysm. I believe he wouldn't experience any ring rust as long as he's been practicing and training his fists.
Indeed. We'll see what proves true here. And Nato, let's talk to you a little real quick. Once again, another discussion about ping here is these two men come from very different parts of the world. Marksman is connecting in all the way from the good old US of A, and while Snake over here is connecting in from the Netherlands. They are about as opposite on sides of the planet as you can get. Right now, I think Solid Snake is pulling in the better ping. I saw Magic Marksman lacking a little bit. What do you expect to see out of that little detail going into this fight?
I feel like there's going to be a lot of delay punches and a lot of kind of crazy hits. We'll see. It's going to be if you have higher ping, you got to predict shots more hits. You got to predict it, and you got to be able to pretty much use your muscle memory on what do you think he's going to hit and how you're going to counter it while worrying about some sort of delay.
Is underway here. Magic Marksman lagging out a bit there. Magic Marksman does land a punch there. He is up one punch now, and now Magic Marksman is now laying in more punches. He's just swinging wildly now, and Magic Marksman's going to take home round one. Boy, oh boy. Solid Snake doesn't seem very prepared for that lag that Magic Marksman has, does he, Cobalt?
Yeah, I saw him throwing punches that weren't really registering, and like I said about the rust on Marksman, I don't think Marksman's experiencing any rust. He is one polished boy. He's shining up right now. I like his unusual.
All right, here we go. Round two is underway here. Both men coming out and swinging wildly. Snake cannot afford to lose this one. Snake misses again. Marksman misses, and now they're all tied up here. Both men trading blows back and forth in the center of the ring. Magic Marksman gets one up, and now Snake takes it right back. They are dead even coming into it. Marksman misses, and Snake's going to take it home here. It is now 1-1. Both men tied up. Nato, what do they got? What's each party got to do here to seal away the win?
They're doing fine right now, just that they have to try to predict the lag a little bit. The delay is going to be kind of awful, so it's probably much going to be a back and forth hit until somebody can find a way to predict their punches.
All right, round three is underway. Match point here. Both men coming out again. Magic Marksman misses, and Snake is up. Snake misses both. Both men missing wildly here. They trade blows there. Snake is still up here. Snake misses. I think Magic Marksman is now up now. Snake getting the first punch there, but it doesn't matter. They trade blows. Magic Marksman going up again. Magic Marksman missing wildly. If he lands another punch, and no, Snake lands a punch. They're tied up here, and Marksman's going to land the final punch, and he's moving on to the next round. All right, Cobalt, both men missing very wildly there, but in the end, Magic Marksman able to take home the victory.
Oh, and he died.
There he goes.
He succumbed to his wounds.
Or Magic Marksman. Because guess what? He's going on to the next round. Very impressive showing from Marksman. Nato, did you see any ring rust there at all from the old Marksman?
I did not. That was a beautiful fight, and saw a lot of skill there, a lot of trying to beat the ping, and all in all, that was a really good fight.
I was going to say, if I may interject quickly, I would like to point out that that was a good show of what happens when you have high ping and low ping. Both of them were trying to hit shots they couldn't hit, as if As we know, Marksman has a high ping of 120, where Solid Snake is more likely based in the EU with a ping of 22, basing around 21, and they're stably staying around these areas. So that was a show of high ping versus low ping and how it affects the fight, as they're both throwing punches but were unable to hit each other. Most likely, Snake throwing punches and seeing them register, but not actually hitting him in game, as the ping would not load him being shot yet from his PC, and vice versa, is him hitting the mouse, throwing a punch, but the server not being able to register it yet, and then essentially just constantly missing shots, which is basically just dumb luck why they hit each other.
Right, all right, and that's the real risk of fighting in this tournament. You don't know what kind of ping you're going to get. You don't know your registration. All you can do is throw some punches in and hope and pray. But I guess Magic Marksman prayed harder here, and now he is on to the next round. But our next match here is going to be Spoko against Professor Sandwich, as I try to fix my ding-dang chair because it broke. Gosh, I hate this chair. But hey, that's okay. Let's talk a little bit here, Mr. NATO. We've got Spoko and Professor Sandwich here. Both men never setting foot in an NHBL ring. So Spoko and Professor Sandwich are fighting here. Professor Sandwich taking home the first round here. NATO, both men very new to this business. We've never seen them in the ring before. Who do you think's gonna? Let's assume they come in under a similar skill set. Who do you see taking home, and why?
It's gonna be hard to predict if they're both kind of more new to the NHBL. It's most likely going to be back and forth, or one of them's going to pull through. Again, ping's going to be an issue because most of the more experienced boxers know what most people are going to be doing as more of a predicting method. Yet, with this type of ping, you got to be able to predict, and it might be harder for those who are more newer to the NHBL.
Indeed. And Cobalt, let's cut it back over to you real quick. All right, both men here. I don't think they have a very big ping difference here. I'm looking into the tab right now. They don't have bad ping. Spoko hailing in from France, and where's the other fellow from? Sandwich hailing from the U.S. Oh wow. Both men seem to be pretty stable right now, so we're going to see a fair and balanced fight here. And with that in mind, how does that change the complexity of the tournament when it's actually?
Oh, sorry to interrupt you there. I mean, interrupt you. I was gonna say they have rather similar pings of maybe around a 60 difference, which doesn't really affect much, as if it were to be, say, example of who has the highest ping of Clayface versus maybe Viking, where there's a 320 ping difference. That'd be a bit of a spike. However, I don't think it would affect the combat too much. So this is going to be much more of a skill-based fight, I'd say, where ping may be effective if someone were to possibly experience some sort of interconnectivity issues as service shuts down or something, but I don't think so. I think I'm voting for my boy with a low ping, though, because that's normally how it goes down.
All right, round one is underway. Sandwich in blue, Spoko in red. Spoko taking a little bit of a breather there. Spoko's going to come in now. Spoko now up, and they're trading blows left and right now. It looks like Spoko has the advantage. Blue Heavy, he don't want to do that, and he didn't really want to do that. Spoko takes home round one. NATO, Sandwich was down to punch there, and he just ran in and got punched down.
Yeah. What I believe might have happened there was a lot of aggression coming out of Spoko there. Spoko came out of nowhere, and Sandwich really couldn't counter it that much, and it kind of turned the tides of who had the most punches.
Who is underway here. Professor Heavy does backed up against the wall. Both men trading punches in the right of the ring. Now trading punches in the center. Both men trading punches again. Now he's got an advantage here. Well, no, it doesn't matter. Spoko's going to take it home. Sandwich there for a moment had the advantage, but Cobalt, Spoko coming back and putting him down. Quite impressive from the new guy. Don't you agree?
I would say so. His playstyle is very reckless, as I've seen. He likes to run, and Can we get a doctor or something? People keep succumbing to their injuries. Basically, I've seen Spoko being what I could best describe as very bum rushy, running in and trying to get as many punches as he can, and then backing off as quickly as possible. It's a very aggressive and reckless kind of strategy, as if... rather tired today. As if the other man were to possibly stand back and wait for him to throw his punch, peek a counter, and hit him again, and wait for that good delay with the killing bugs of boxing.
We're getting set here for match number 3 of the evening, involving Hein Des Nisseroy taking on Randy Orton. Randy Orton coming all the way in from the WWE. I hope we don't get a copyright claim for that. I sure hope not. That would be depressing. Anyways, they are having trouble locating Mr. Des Nisseroy, and no, wait, here he comes. Let's hear him. Yep, there he is. There's that lovable guy. All right, let's talk a little bit here. Hein Des Nisseroy, veteran of the NHBL. He's been in a few tournaments. He was in the NHBL finals. Unfortunately, he was evicted early on in the tournament. Randy Orton here, a new guy all the way from the Netherlands. Hein Des Nisseroy looking to avenge himself from the result of the finals. Cobalt, do you think he'll be able to do that here tonight in this unknown territory?
I sadly didn't watch his match when he was evicted from the match. However, I assume it was because of some form of error in his fighting. Perhaps he crouched or something. However,
I don't believe so. I think he just got beat. Let me go check my notes here. But yeah, could continue on.
Sorry. We're having a new guy down here, Mr. Randy Orton. However, despite having professional training in the WWE, I do not think that he's any form of a boxing fighter. Most boxers really have training in some form of martial arts, or just flat out have large amounts of strength. Randy Orton, more of a show person, as that's what wrestling is. I feel like where wrestling does not, I'm not saying wrestling doesn't take physical toll on your body. However, boxing is more of an aggressive sport, as wrestling's fake. So I feel get over it, child. It's the truth. I feel like Mr. Randy Orton might get his head slammed between someone else's thighs as he jumps off the top of the rope, sadly.
Indeed. And as we get ready for another practice round, let's cut it over to NATO real quick. All right. Once again, we've got a new guy here, and it seems as though the blue man, I don't know who that is, because they changed their names. Go figure. I think that's Randy Orton. Oh, now he's moving. Again, Randy Orton, one of the new guys coming into this fight here tonight, but as we saw earlier from one of the new guys, Fogo, looking pretty impressive against Professor Sandwich. Do you expect to see something similar from Randy Orton?
I feel like it is possible. Of course, we don't know how they're going to fight, what kind of style they're going to fight with, and that makes it more unpredictable on how they're going to be out in the ring. So anything could happen here, yet I feel like Orton could put up a good fight.
Indeed. We'll see. We'll have to fail here. Hein Des Nisseroy, of course, not a very seasoned vet. Most like our good friend Setuplit, who is also in this tournament, who's been in quite a few matches, but has never had a good run into the tournament. Nisseroy thus far is looking pretty impressive, and now he's getting demolished here in the practice round by Randy Orton. Orton swinging wildly, and Orton puts him down, going under the name Cohen and Guchis. How do you say that? How do you say that in European? Gookies? Call him Good Keys. All right. Good Keys is not looking very sharp in that practice round here. And as we await, Guquiz. It's French, I guess. I hope. So many notes here. I got Europeans. I got everybody all over the place here. Go. Round one is underway. Guki seems to be having a little bit of issue with ping, or he's got a high sensitivity. He's bouncing all over the place. They're trading blows, though, and it looks like Orton's got the advantage, and Orton's going to put him down. Going under the name Cohen, Orton wins round one. Cobalt, former NHBL fighter there, is not looking too well. What's he got to do to step it up? Looks very jittery right now, even though he has a low ping.
I was going to say, despite Orton not possibly being a boxer in per se in his profession, I might say that he might have ever taken some sort of MMA or just martial art in general and learned it that way, and might be using this in his boxing strategies. However, I'm voting for the more experienced person here. However, I may have a bit of an issue, as I have apparently experienced a glitch at the moment. So if you can continue on, please.
Round two is underway here. Orton up by a score of 1-0. Both men throwing punches and swinging wildly here. And that looks like a crouch there. And crouching wildly, that is okay.
Cohen, you crouch during a round. You can't do that. Since you crouch, that's an offense. But if you do it again, then the point will go to Gookies. So we are going to be redoing that round.
All right, here we go. Round two is now back underway here. Randy Orton looking like he's trying not to crouch this time, now trading blows with Hein Des Nisseroy. It looks like Orton's got an advantage here. Nisseroy missing a lot here. Orton's missing wildly. Both men missing wildly. Okie dokie, there they go. Orton's down, Orton's up, and Orton is advancing to the next round over Hindess Nisroy. NATO, very, very impressive from the new guys thus far. Spogo coming in and doing absolutely great. Randy Orton coming in and defeating a former NHBL Finals fighter. What have you been impressed so far by these new men?
Oh yeah, I'm seeing a lot of new faces here, and I'm really impressed by their style. Most of them are going to be extremely aggressive. Orton was aggressive. Last fighter we have was aggressive. I forgot his name. My bad. Frodo, I think. But yeah, they're really aggressive, which is really helpful to trying to confuse the opponent that they're facing, and it's a really good tactic.
We are now going to get ready for our fourth fight of the evening, our final fight of the evening. Viking 34 is going to be taking on Jokelin in the 8th match of the Wild Cards, final match of the night. All right, so Cobalt, let's talk to you real quick. Viking 34, seasoned veteran. He in his first tournament ever, he stepped in as, I believe, he is currently favorite to watch out for in this tournament. I'm sorry, I'm losing my wordings here. Viking 34, he won the backyard brawl in his first tournament ever, came out and surprised everybody here. Do you see Viking 34 continuing his winning ways here tonight?
Well, Jokelin just followed him in a warm-up round, so it's definitely showing that we might have Viking here winning. He's in his ceremonial hat, so I believe he's got the spirit of his ancestors with him. So I think Jokelin might fall tonight. Really, I'm fully on for Viking 34 to win this round. I like his hat, and that's really all that matters in life. Really, that your hats are nice.
That's all that matters in Team Fortress, of course. But hey, let's now we're going to talk to NATO real quick. As you mentioned earlier, a lot of aggressiveness in this tournament here tonight. All 3 matches have involved a heavy, down to the wire fist fight. Nobody looks like they're taking any second chances here. But they're missing a lot of their shots here. I don't know if that's due to ping or them being too overexcited, but a lot of punches have just gone missing, and that's resulted in a lot of L's here tonight. So what do you think people have got to do here to settle their nerves and get on target?
Well, a lot of the times they're trying to predict people being very aggressive towards them, which is easily counterable, which has been shown before, as most missed punches are from their own kind of defensive area, not while attacking. Yeah, pretty much it's some halves to ping, but it's mostly just some poor punches, some poor placements. Yet I feel all I have to do is just remain calm and pretty much counter everything that's thrown at them, and they should do just fine.
Indeed. We will have to see who settles their nerves down here as we get ready for this man to come back down to the ring. I believe that is Jokelin in red and Viking 34 in the blue. All right, round 1 is underway. Viking 34 and Jokelin. Viking 34 coming in wildly, invading that town like the pillager he is, and he puts him down. NATO, 5 punches, 5 hits, perfection from Viking 34 there. What do you do if you're Jokelin and you're going up against that?
It's going to be extremely difficult, as it's shown right there. He tried to counter it, which got him some good hits, but pretty much his aggression and his accuracy when throwing out those punches are really hard to counter, and the only way to really counter it is if you're able to outsmart him somehow.
Oh, round 2 is underway. Viking 34 looking to look that match it again. Viking 34, he misses there, and it looks like Viking 34. We're moving on to the finals. Not the finals, the next round. It's late here, guys. I'm sorry. Viking 34 is moving on. Just absolutely dominant. Cobalt. Viking 34. After that, do you think he's your favorite going forward in this tournament?
Well, you see, he's got all the characteristics of my favorite boxer. Not only did he absolutely destroy in that match, calling the blood of his ancient Viking ancestors from the Nordic countries, he also has a very nice and usual effect, Tesla coil being a very lovely effect. And, I'm a sucker for hats, so he is Viking. I'd like to let you know that you were officially my favorite, aside from Spawn. Spawn is my current favorite, but, Viking, you're a close second, buddy. And that was a very impressive fight, to let you know.
Indeed. Very, very dominant from Viking. NATO, let me talk to you real quick. we've seen now that what Viking 34 has brought to this tournament, and he is not going to have an easy fight next week as he goes up against former champion of heavy boxing, Shiken. That is Chicken, Shiken. It looks Japanese, but it sounds like chicken. Anyways, both those are former champions going head to head. Viking 34 looking pretty dominant here tonight. I'm not sure how Shiken did last night, as I did not watch that fight. I haven't gotten access to the tapes yet because I need to fire my secretary. La la la. Anyways, NATO, with that in mind, finals match is going to be coming next round. What do you expect to see from that?
Expecting to see some great fights. What do you mean by finals next round? I was confused by.
I meant like that is a fight that could possibly be a headliner. That could be our final match right there, because those are two great boxers going head to head in the next round. It's not the finals, but it has the caliber to be sold as a final match.
I'd pay money to see that fight. Honestly, that's a huge possibility. Anything could happen here. Anything can change by the second, and I would love to see a fight like that, and hopefully we see as an intensive fight as that would be.
Baxter.
Who's saying? Oh,
Live.
is it me? Am I live?
Live.
Okay,
Live.
I'm the beginning words. Okay,